You're welcome to another episode on Spiritual Secrets with Elizabeth. Today we're going to be discussing another interesting topic. Remember our last topic? We talked about your existence is not a coincidence. We're going to be discussing something even more intriguing this time. I expect you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this session with me. And if you are just joining us for the first time and you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me on all social media handles. And do not forget to drop comments, ask questions where you deem necessary, and also let us know what you want us to tell you or what you want to learn from us. So today we're going to be discussing a very interesting topic. Like I said in our last episode, we talked about a topic that actually has a link, a synergy with this particular one. Our topic today is living someone else's life. Remember when I talked about your existence is not a coincidence? Now, a lot of people live on planet Earth and they don't know that they live someone else's life. A lot of people actually feel the life that they are living is actually their own life without necessarily finding out if they are living their own life. Now, let me joggle your memory back to our previous season when I said you have to find you have to find out who you really are, your purpose on this planet Earth, and what you are meant to do as an individual. How you're going to fulfill that destiny, how you're going to function in that lifestyle or in that life's path that you were actually born into this world to work in or work on. A lot of people don't bother to do these things. I don't blame a lot of us because we grew up in homes where our parents never taught us these things. We never knew what it is. Some of us don't even feel that they're important. Some of us feel it is voodoo. While some of us feel, no, it's wrong, it's sorcery. It is not. Remember that Jesus Christ, who is or was the Savior of the world, before his birth, he was actually prophesied about. So when he came, he already knew where he was meant to function. So he never made the mistake of living someone else's life. So today we're going to be talking about all that. So I said, a lot of individuals living on this planet Earth are living an insignificant life in the realms of the spirit. I know someone listening to this might ask me questions and say, oh, wow, yes. Now, the truth is a lot of people live an insignificant life. When you are living someone else's life, in the realms of the spirit, you are living an insignificant life. In the realms of the physical, you may be okay, thinking that you are okay, but in the realms of the spirit, you are living an insignificant life. Nobody is recognizing you. Nothing is being done or said about you. Nothing is being recorded concerning you. You're doing all the wrong things. Now, this is why it is very important. I said, in our last episode, I talked about your existence is not a coincidence and that you were born for a reason and a purpose. But some people would prefer to live a life they feel is more achievable to them rather than living their real purpose on planet Earth, while others don't even know the reason why they were allowed passage onto the land of the living to begin with. Now, there are a lot of people who find it very difficult to say, okay, for instance, okay, I will give you an instance. Years ago, while I was in secondary school, during our normal school fellowship, because I was always an SU in secondary school, some of our pastors will come and say, oh, you're born to be a spiritual leader. I'm like, huh, why they do all those things? I mean, one can become pastor, they run around. You know, I really don't like that idea. And then someone else told me, oh, you're going to marry a pastor. I said, who want me marry a pastor? How will I marry a pastor? Pastors that their wives will always be fasting, praying. Now, a lot of people have that in mind. They're like, they don't want that kind of stress. They see the life of other leaders, other spiritual leaders, and they don't want to do that. The same thing, maybe you're called to be a mechanic, maybe you're called to be a cinematographer, whatever you're called to be, and you feel you will not be comfortable. Some people just want AC to blow them 24/7, sit down inside office, press their phone and do all that. Now, these are people, okay, that they know deep down inside of them that they are not doing the right thing, but they tend to deviate from it. Why? Because they feel what they want is more achievable or more comfortable for them. Now, there are people also who they know that, oh, you have to become a medical doctor. But because they don't want to study, they are lazy, because before you were actually born to become a medical doctor, you were already given that capability. You were already given that strength to be able to study and become a medical doctor. But most people are lazy to do that. So they just try to pass through the corner and decide to go into acting and become celebrities. Well, these are the people that we're talking about. I said, let me give instances. Some of us who walk in the vineyard of God as pastors are not actually called to be pulpit what? Pastors. Interesting part is, the interesting part here is that some of these persons know very well that they are not called to be pulpit pastors, but because they feel it is more convenient for them, they would remain there, leaving their space in the realms of the spirit vacant till the day they pass to the great beyond. Now, this is another part to what I was trying to explain to us. You know you're not called to be a pulpit pastor. You know you're not called to be an alpha. You know you're not called to be an imam. You know you're not called to be any of the spiritual leaders. But because you feel spiritual leaders are respected, oh, they don't wash their clothes, people do it for them, they live a good life, people dash them this, people give them that, you want to function in that line. And some of you, because you say, oh, I graduated from school, I've been looking for a job for the past how many years, I couldn't get a job, and then now you want to become a spiritual leader where you feel it will be much more easier for you. These are the people that we're talking about. So when you are living your life as an individual, you are living someone else's life. In our next episode, we're going to be talking about the dangers of living someone else's life. But before then, we are discussing you living someone else's life and you not knowing that you're living someone else's life. Or maybe you know that you're living someone else's life, but you are adamant, you don't want to listen, you just want to keep doing that. And then making sure that you are leaving no indelible marks in the realms of the spirit, because it is the spirit that actually controls the physical. Some music artists, whether secular or gospel artists, are meant to be producers or even chefs, but they chose the front line in music, altering their destinies by themselves. Again, there are individuals who have no single clue as to why they were given passage to this earth, either because their parents were careless, as well as they were born into a family where their parents are chief planners and had already planned their destiny and life's path for them, even before they were long conceived. Now, there are a lot of parents who do these things. Your child that you've not even given birth to, you are telling yourself, when I just give birth to my child, now if he's a boy, he's going to become an engineer. I will make sure he does this at so age is this. No. Don't be a chief master planner in the life of any individual. Do not allow your children to live someone else's life. Why don't you take the pain of finding out what that child wants to become? Like I said in my last season, from 9 weeks, when your child is 9 weeks in the womb, like, you know, the fetus is gradually becoming a little small human in your womb. You can start making your research to find out what that child wants to become in life, so that when that child comes, you don't make the mistake of making that child's destiny difficult for the child, so that you don't make that child live someone else's life while the child is here on earth. So I said, for my beloved Christian brothers and sisters, because a lot of us Christians, we do this a lot. Even some of us that are in other religion, we do it, but I feel I should share this with us. I said, don't act like I am speaking Spanish. Remember, even before Christ was born, decades before his arrival on planet Earth, his purposes was already known as prophesied by the prophets and seers. We as humans, which is we as mere humans, are no different. We are not an exception. God only did that to show to us that for everything that we do in life, there is always a pre-planned purpose. That is why our existence is not a coincidence, because our lives are already been pre-planned. It has been prophesied long before time. If only you will do your deep search. As a Christian, whoever you are, whatever religion that you practice, be it a traditional spirit leader, whoever you are, even if you are a Muslim, sit down, carry out research to find out, where am I meant to function? As I am right now, am I living someone else's life? Am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? Am I doing the right business? Am I actually living right? Because it is until you discover that life path, that is when you can tell yourself that you are living right. When you don't discover your life path, you will never find the complete peace that you want. Even if you have so much money, even if you have everything, when you're living someone else's life, When you're functioning in a space that is not your own and you left your own empty, it's more like you are not even in existence. Your existence has not been recorded at all in the realms of the spirit. I don't expect you to make that kind of mistake. So this is where we're going to be drawing the curtain here for today. Until next week when I come your way again with another interesting topic. I said I'm going to be discussing with us the dangers of living someone else's life. So stay with me until then. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on all social media handles, and do not forget to drop your comments. Ask questions. There are things you want to learn. We are all here to learn together as one people. There is no discrimination. I am one person that will teach you spiritual messages, that will teach you spiritual secrets from all angles. It doesn't have anything to do with denomination. Wherever you are coming from, let's learn together and let's appreciate what we have as humans. Thank you very much. And the next week when I come your way again, I still remain your host, Elizabeth.